more mellow. It rhymes. His baby Zoe always seemed to go potty on his lap. I'm surprised his shorts weren't always stained yellow, which also rhymes with mellow from the line before. Pay attention. He was full of songs and stories and an occasional ankle tattoo. But the point is he showed kindness whether it was to me or to you. Although now it's on my mind he was fairly vulgar at some staff meetings. I bet he dresses up in a fat woman's suit so he could partake in some of Zoe's baby feedings. It means that it's nursing off of him. It's a joke. Is this thing on, Bill? Is this on? I swear
I think you got power, Mr. Gross.
This isn't on. Okay, is this on? I also... Quiet! I also really wanted him to have better hair. Counselors, do something about that, please.
Pee again.
What?
This isn't a zoo.
Pee again.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Yes, I
I really wanted him to have better hair. I could have given him one of my party wigs to wear. I wonder why he didn't go to a wig stand at a local fair. Those games are rigged. Never play those games. Next paragraph. I remember his two not-so-scary bodyguards, Duncan and Kyle. If you fed Duncan Grandma's cookies and he raced you, he wouldn't make it half a mile. He was a jolly fellow who founded Dunkin' Donuts, and he had a voice with a boom. I swear that hoodlum Kid Cootie could probably hear him on the moon. Or perhaps the violent crack of his spoon. That was awesome. Oh God, I love when that Valley Girl English major decided to scream vroom, shifter vroom. Speaking of cars, I heard Kyle had a nice ride. It was a large Hummer, if I recall. I hope his ego wasn't that big and wide. We all heard it had 20 miles to the gallon and not just for show. But my Oldsmobile hatchback got that kind of mileage, and that was 40 years ago. Come on. It's 2007. Get with the times. But he was an overall good guy, don't get me wrong. He would have to be after being around the Heppels for so long. They're very nice people. He's the kind of guy to offer you to take you to the zoo, but I declined since I hate the environment too. I remember the specialists and all their smiles and various skills. It was even more fun than watching General Hospital after taking sleeping pills. Thursday afternoon. Oh! That's the best. I remember our archery lady, Alicia. She was as kind as Henry, my house cat. She always shot in the bullseye. She had to have been certified to teach that, right? Bill? All right.
Still under review.
And then there was this sweet nature lady, Emma Lane. She was so earthy, crunchy, I heard she used to use the shower and not shave her armpits in the rain. She also used to travel the world doing volunteer work and helping out like it was her job. I swear you could walk out the door and she would be fixing your doorknob. Mine's broken at the moment. Oh! Her brother Jed was an easy-going and spray-tanned canoe guy. It makes sense because, let's let's face it, his job was easy as pie. There's a life jacket, there's a canoe, catch a turtle, splash a friend, you're done. How much are you paying him an hour?
He volunteers.
Good. Then there was arts and crafts with the wonderful Johanna Devari. I heard she was the 18th most well-liked staff member. Johanna, I'm sorry. I remember making a killer tie-dye that was too small to fit. I swore if I had to draw one more animal, I was going to lose it. Then there was this sports guy, Chris. That's a guy with a sweet beard that I miss. Who am I kidding? He was goofy, tall, and the sports closet was a mess. I wouldn't be surprised if one day he wound up homeless and in a dress. I remember Lindsay running variety and Jen with games and other activities. They were both close to the rock of Pokemon and negativity. Play sports and games, kids. I remember kids during activities getting upset and demanding more chances, and Jenny randomly knowing a lot of different dances. I remember the counselors and all their fun and individual glory. Now the only excitement I get is mashed peas and when it's a paternity test episodes on Maury. Was he the father? Was he not the father? After the commercial break, we'll find out. I love that show. Some that come to memory were Alicia. I remember her texting like she was lazy. Not to mention she was extremely boy crazy. I remember Kelsey and how within her own family she was shunned and called the other. If only she could have been as cool as her big brother. Not everything works out. Stay in school. Tiffany, oh Tiffany, I still remember your spoon game talents, and I love your baton twirl. It'd be more impressive if instead you used Rion or another tiny, hard-to-understand girl. I get bad gas after eating chop suey, but enough about me, let's talk about Lulu. He was very tall and oh so witty. You know, I remember if you squinted, he resembled Conway Twitty. Anybody remember Conway Twitty? No? I also remember Linda and how she wouldn't hesitate to take free swim away from you or me. She probably was just bitter about being from Coventry. Brittany, Mallory, and Kevin were so good with the Advents. They always went on such cool trips and other events. It's a half rhyme, get over it. Although, did you see Kevin's dress and sun hat? Man, that kid's a weenie. It doesn't matter because he has an octopus on his arm and he's dreaming. Derek and Justin were good at additions to camp when they weren't sidelined by Pew. I heard Chad won Mr. E.O. Smith. That must have been a fluke. That guy's a punk. But I know Camp Mansfield had the best staff. Just look at Nick Coaches. He wears cut-off checkered shirts and throws a headband in the mix. Nick, that wasn't even cool in 1996. But it's okay because he's a great dancer and a boss. Hold on, my bunions hurt and I'm going to eat some applesauce.
She's got low blood sugar. Just give her a chance.
I'm still reading.
She needs something to show all that.
Julian.
I'm full. In all seriousness, all kidding aside, with over 30 people and 30 different personalities, people big and small, it's hard to think before camp we wouldn't even exchange pleasantries at a mall. Especially Chad. I guess what I'm trying to say is that we all should feel lucky to have met, and that you are all a family that I will not soon forget. Thank you.
Gross, ladies and gentlemen.